Part 4. Oh my gosh. My working relationship with my son has changed dramatically. The last couple of days have been epic. I have embraced the iterative process, the creative process with him on how to delegate. And again, this is part 4 of my Apple framework, the part 4 of the of this podcast series on my Apple framework for when you're in upheaval around your business or personal life, and perhaps you have some bad habits or patterns that you want to change. And A stands for acknowledge, P, pause, then pray, then listen, then execute. And this part 4 is all about execute and the positive things that have happened. So listen in.
You know when someone is selling from stage and at the end the audience gets up and rushes to the back of the room to buy? That's a table rush. My name is Misha Z, and the Table Rush Talk Show is all about bringing you the tools, strategies, and tactics that you can use to grow your audience and inspire them to buy.
As a reminder, I am building the Influence Army movement, community, family, call it what you will. It's a group of us, ever growing, and we are inspired to bring our message to market in a big way. We're heart-centered entrepreneurs. We're bring our messages to market in a big way so we can increase our authority, our impact, and our income. And we're doing this by going on an influence tour. And that starts with guest speaking on 50 podcasts in 100 days. How would your life change if you were to guest speak on 50 podcasts in 100 days? And not just any podcast, but podcasts that have your perfect audience. And now you are consistently speaking on 2 podcasts per week. So powerful. So that's the movement that I'm creating, building, and people are all in. And I'm teaching frameworks every day, like my story bank, get your stories together framework, so you can know what to say, when to say it, so you inspire others in maximum effect. And then my call out your audience headline, my soft launch framework that will create instant revenue, networking, income, podcast speaking opportunities. So I'm teaching all this stuff, and it's amazing, and people are loving it and having breakthroughs, and started speaking on podcasts, and revenue. People have gotten immediate revenue. Awesome. So good. Networking opportunities. So this storm is rising, and my son Cooper is all in on helping me, and to the extent that he recently quit his job. He said, I want to full-time help you, and I want to help you build this thing out. I want to help you. I want to take tasks off your hands. I want you to delegate to me so you can be the face of this and do the things that you're best at, and I can take on the things that I'm best at, and let's do this. Like, this is going to be amazing. In 3 to 5 years, we are going to look back and think, oh my goodness, like, look at what we've created. Look at this movement. Look how us heart-centered entrepreneurs are changing the world. And he is all in. And so how come at key points I'm acting like a prick towards Cooper? Like, that was the big question. I was like, man, Coops, like, I can't do this anymore. You're trying to help me. Or I can't do these behaviors anymore. You're trying to help me. And when we have these same certain tension points, I escalate to a little bit of a fight. Verbal altercation is a better way to say it. No one's raising their fists or anything like that. But it doesn't feel good. It's not cool. It's not cool to me. I need to change. So I was applying my Apple framework to that. APPLE. A, acknowledge the problem, which I did, and it's my fears, and my fears are creating this anger, and so I'm reacting at these key points when I need to delegate to you, and we need to figure out how to delegate, how I can delegate to you, and what does that look like, and how do we create that system. So I was able to acknowledge that and look at that and go, yeah, okay, that's the key point. And yes, I overreact, and yes, I've got these fears, and these fears are manifesting in anger. So I was able to pause there. I was able to pray, and I was also able to, show willingness and accountability and tell Cooper, hey, yes, I am going to legit work on this. This is no longer lip service. Like, give me a chance. I'm praying about it. I'm meditating on it. I'm doing work on it. I'm going to look for answers, real answers to solve this. And then we listen. Listen. And so I've been listening, and I've got some intuitive thoughts, one of which was, hey, make sure to keep Cooper's wants and desires top of mind as well. Like, let's list on the whiteboard, what Cooper's, he didn't call them takeaways, interests. He said, hey, this is what I'm interested in learning. This is what I want to grow towards. So I was like, yeah, let's put that on the whiteboard. I love that. What a great intuitive thought that I had as I was away on one night or whatever. And then the other was my friend Yaron, who said, I've got a story for you. And basically, you want to use statements like building on that, or there's an opportunity here, or this presents us with a good opportunity. Things like that. Things where when it's a tension point and I disagree with them, or I have a counterpoint, how do I keep the creative lines open? How do I keep of service? How do I nurture others' thoughts and ideas to be a better leader, a better coworker, a better dad? And James telling me, hey, we have these two systems. One is we want to feel good this way, where we're in inspiration and things are easy and we're getting lots of good dopamine and endorphin rushes. And then we've got the other system where we've got to expand energy towards listening, communicating, learning, interacting, and we can nurture that system too. Just acknowledge that you've got two systems and that we can be skilled at system 2. And hey, let's acknowledge when this is a system 2 moment. So let's shift to system 2. And there's that great TikTok circulating right now where Matt Damon is talking about the creative process with Ben Affleck, and that one of Ben's gifts is that he creates the space and encourages Matt that there's no bad ideas. Like, there's only good ideas and getting to good ideas. So, well, actually it's okay that there's shitty ideas. Sorry to swear. But that's the term they use, shitty ideas. It's like, yeah, that's okay. But we have to go through the crappy ideas to get to the inspired ideas. Like, it all ends up being inspired, and you got to bounce back and forth. And what Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are gifted at, and what Ben Affleck is so gifted at, is creating that space and saying, hey, let's go, let's have at it, let's have all the ideas, crappy ideas, whatever, let's get to the inspired ideas, let's start bouncing back and forth. And that's been a big key to their success. So there was that as well. Anyhow, I got to put all that in action. Yesterday was a very busy day. Yesterday, I had come back from my retreat. I had basically taken 3 days off of work, in effect, to go retreat, to go heal, grow, nurture myself at a men's retreat. And it was amazing. I met Yaron. Yaron gave me that great information. But nonetheless, I came back on Monday, yesterday. When you hear this episode, it might not be a Tuesday and or a Monday, but who knows, you get it. Yesterday, I was feeling the pressure of needing to get things done. I needed to teach a new framework. I needed to create that framework. The clock was ticking. I had the idea for the framework, but I need to pencil it out. I needed to get my stories together around it, and I was feeling the pressure. All this stuff was going on. I was behind on a few things. A couple of things hadn't gone my way, and I was concerned and obsessed with one thing in particular. One person who wasn't renewing in a timely manner like they said they would, which is, it was just so funny how our minds can latch on to certain things that are kind of irrelevant, really, in the big picture, or even the smaller picture. It's like, hey, they'll get around to renewing when they can, and if they don't, no big deal. But my mind, latching onto that. And then Cooper comes over, and I have my to-do list. And Cooper says, hey, all right, I'm ready to work. And he got there early, actually. He'd been showing up at noon and working from noon to later in the night. And all of a sudden he was there at 10:30 early, as I was in the middle of a class. And my brain went, oh no, I'm going to be even more behind, as I've got to work with young Coops here. But I was thinking about all this stuff of all the listening, what signs had been given to me. And let's put these fears aside. There is more than enough time. It is going to be so worth it to have this time to figure out what Cooper and I are going to do, and how we're going to work together here, and what can I hand off to him, and what can I have him do today. And the challenge is, can I give him enough stuff to do that what it feels like keeps him at bay, or keeps him occupied for long enough that I can work on some things that I want to work on, or I feel I need to get done. And like it's such a fear-based situation. But anyway, Coops and I found that moment to sit down and talk about, okay, like what are next tasks for Cooper, and building out the actual membership site itself, where the Influence Army membership site, or portal maybe is a better way to call it, where people can log in to get content, get the class worksheets, the assignments. They can watch the videos, they can see the calendars, they can see the Q&As, they can interact with the content. It's the community portal. And there's lots of videos going on right now. I'm teaching lots of classes which are being recorded, and so videos need to be distributed, edited. We're using Descript, so there's Descript logons. There's uploading, transcribing, editing, all this work that needs to be done, and then it needs to be imported into the membership site itself, so our members will have access to it. And we're actually just building it out, and we're almost done building it out, and we get to launch that to the members soon. Like, it's imminent. We get to say, hey, no longer having to go to YouTube and Google Docs and Facebook to get all these different exercises, worksheets, videos, calendars. We'll still be using Facebook a lot because it's such a great place to have a group and encourage each other and things like that. But anyway, so lots of video work right now. And we were talking about how to get the videos off my computer, out of Descript, to him, to go to the membership, the portal, the community portal. And of course, my brain's like, I need to edit them because I know how I want them edited, and I need to get them from Descript to you, Cooper, and then you can, take them from there. And we're talking this out, and I say, what do you think about that? And he says, well, my thought is you need to learn how to delegate that editing process and let me do it because I can do it. And he's like, I just, was watching these videos about it, and Gary Vee and whatever, Russell Brunson, and all these other videos. He's all in on all these trainings right now, and delegating to the who. And he basically says, look, you need to I think you should delegate that to me. Give me access to Descript, and in effect, show me how to use it. Now, that exact situation has been a boiling point for Cooper and I multiple times. That's where I get frustrated because I'm like, we can't figure that out in 5 seconds, or we can't do that on the fly. So it's easier for me just to do it myself. And I had that moment of pause, and I had that moment of, okay, there is an opportunity here. Now's the time to go to system 2 and sit down and pause. Man, I was pausing, I was breathing, I was listening. I was like, you know what? You are right, Cooper. Like, that is what we need to do. So let's sort out how we're going to do that. And so we took half an hour. I showed him how Descript worked. He picked it up faster than I could have thought possible and just ran with it. Got his username and password for Descript and just, oh my gosh, it's freaking incredible. Like, I can't even tell you, like, the freedom it gave me in that moment to now it's easy. Now it's just, he'll get the Zoom. He can download the class videos from Zoom, upload them into Descript, do all the work he needs to do on them, cut out the pauses, cut out the ums, go through it quick, cut out the ugly 5 cent, ugly's not the right word, trim the front, trim the end, put the subtitles on there, take the subtitles off, whatever you need to do, clean it up, pull out the testimonials. Oh my goodness. And then he can take those and bring them into our community portal along with the associated worksheet. And what? Like, oh my gosh. And it was fun. Pausing, listening, being open-minded, breathing, and being like, okay, how can I support Cooper? How can I listen to his ideas? And this is a good idea. And there is an opportunity here, and building off of that. And so where I normally would have blown up and we'd ended up fighting for an hour anyway, and then oh my gosh, it's so funny now that I even say that, how the fight ends up being longer than the solution. That is so funny. I'm just having that clear awareness right now. Oh my gosh. But there you go. And then we had another moment like that where iterative, handing things off to him, creating the process to do that, getting him the access to the systems that he needed. And guess what? We're going to get to do that again today. And hopefully I'll have a success story again. But the shift is there. It's real. I'm so excited. I'm a better leader, better employer, better coworker, better father in the business environment. God bless. There you go. The Apple framework. Acknowledge, pause, pray, listen, execute. Enjoy your day and get on the wait list. influencearmy.com/waitlist.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Table Rush Talk Show. For resources to help you sell your stuff, go to belove.media/resources. That's belove.media/resources. And be sure to subscribe, comment, 5-star, and share. Thank you again for listening.